Hello, we've had some very disturbed weather across Iberia in recent days, from the Balearics across to Valencia, Murcia, Alicante, some torrential rain bringing some severe flooding. This is the earlier satellite picture, and you can now see the heaviest of the rain is starting to pull away north and westwards across Iberia and beginning to weaken. That's not to say we won't see some very sharp downpours, perhaps some thunderstorms as well across the central northwestern parts of Spain, just fringing the far north of Portugal on Monday, but it is looking drier across southeastern parts of Spain. Scattering of heavy showers for eastern Turkey on Monday, otherwise for much of Turkey, Cyprus, Greece, the Greek islands into Italy, Sardinia, Corsica, for much of the Mediterranean, mainly dry, lots of sunshine. Those showers starting to pull away north and westward, still some embedded thunderstorms in those. Scattering of showers across the eastern side of France, but for much of France on Monday, mainly dry, more clouds to the north, which stretches into parts of Germany and Poland, could bring some patchy light rain and drizzle. And behind this, things are cooler, still quite unsettled still on Tuesday across a large swathe of Scandinavia, some strong winds here. Further south and east, things are still looking largely dry, but we could see some heavy showers developing through parts of the Mediterranean in the week ahead. Here are the city forecasts for the next 5 days. Things warming up in London and Paris by the time we get to Saturday. Could see some thunderstorms though in Madrid through the end of the week. Quite unsettled in Moscow in the week ahead, frequent showers and quite cool, and things will eventually turn a bit cooler in Athens. Hello, Tropical Storm Humberto has been bringing some torrential rain across the Bahamas this weekend. As it pulls away north and eastwards through Sunday, it's likely to strengthen into a hurricane. It stays well offshore from Florida, Georgia and the Carolinas. That's not to say we won't see some impacts here. Some dangerous surf along these coasts, some very heavy rain across Florida. Speaking of heavy rain, keeping an eye on this cluster of thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico, likely to bring some impacts to Texas over the next few days. And then we've got a line of heavy showers and thunderstorms pushing their way eastwards away from the Four Corners into northern parts of Mexico. And then we have a frontal system across the Pacific Northwest. That will bring some heavy rain into much of British Columbia, down into Washington State, Oregon on Sunday. Across California, things are dry, very warm, lots of sunshine, some gusty winds and low humidity. So perfect recipe for wildfires. Those heavy thundery showers starting to pull their way eastwards out of Arizona. Some sunshine behind the rain on Monday for Vancouver and Seattle before more rain piles in on Tuesday. Heat continuing further east, although it starts to ease off for a few days at least. Across to the eastern side of Canada and the United States, we've got some higher temperatures across the likes of Saskatchewan and Manitoba over the coming days. Further south, most of the showers will be pulling away, leaving things mainly dry, and slowly that heavy rain starts to pull away from Florida. So things improving in Miami in the days ahead. Lots of sunshine here, some warmth too in New York and Winnipeg. Hello, the Bahamas have been battered once again this weekend by a tropical storm called Humberto, which is likely to strengthen into a hurricane through Sunday. We'll look at the forecast across the Caribbean in just a moment's time. First to South America, a couple of things to talk about. Firstly, some very wet and windy weather across southern parts of Chile in the next few days and across into the Falklands as well. Plenty of those showers developing across parts of Colombia, Venezuela, into Ecuador, just fringing the far northwest of Brazil. Elsewhere across Brazil, things remain largely dry on Sunday. Good deal of sunshine, a bit more cloud down some eastern coast, and temperatures for much of Brazil above average for the time of year. Some of that warmth will eventually come down into the far north of Argentina, and then to the south of the River Plate is where we start to see things turn more unsettled. More frequent areas of low pressure bringing wetter, windier weather, some snow for the Andes as well. Things staying fine and dry in Rio in the week ahead, also in Buenos Aires, with the temperatures getting close to the mid-20s Celsius for a time. Across to Mexico, where we've got a scattering of heavy thundery showers, particularly for western coasts, and some more potent showers down towards Panama and Costa Rica. So here is Tropical Storm Humberto, as I mentioned, likely to strengthen into a hurricane as we go through Sunday, but pulling away from the Bahamas. So that heavy rain will start to ease down along with the gusty wind. So in Freeport, once that clears through Monday, things are looking quieter in the week ahead. Good deal of sunshine in Kingston. Hello, things are looking very quiet across the Middle East in the days ahead. We'll look at the forecast there in just a moment's time. First to Africa, let's begin with the earlier satellite picture. This area of cloud is associated with some showers that we saw across the coast of Tunisia and Algeria. They're now starting to pull away, but we're going to keep quite frequent showers anywhere really from the Ethiopian highlands across towards the Gulf of Guinea and out towards Sierra Leone. Particularly heavy across the western side of Africa. Likely to see some problems with flooding here. Further south, things stay mainly dry and temperatures are going to be on the rise across much of South Africa in the days ahead. So getting up to the high 20 Celsius, potentially in Cape Town. Things stay dry here with lots of sunshine. Low 30 Celsius in Johannesburg by the time we get to Wednesday. Further north across Africa, a little change in Khartoum. Lots of sunshine here. In fact, the temperatures could even rise a little further, and temperatures hovering around 25, 26 Celsius in Casablanca with some good amounts of sunshine. Across to the Middle East, where we could still catch one or two showers across the eastern side of Turkey towards Azerbaijan and Georgia. But for much of the Middle East on Monday, things are very dry. Lots of sunshine, just a chance of a sharp shower across the higher ground of Yemen. Some stronger winds along the coast of Oman and also starting to pick up through the Red Sea. So could see a shamal developing here. But for much of the Middle East, things are mainly quiet. As you can see in the city forecast, temperatures perhaps getting up to 37 Celsius in Muscat on Wednesday, then turning a little bit cooler. Hello, time to get the forecast for South and Central Asia. And there are signs that the monsoon will start to withdraw in the weeks ahead. But in the short term, we're still holding on to some very heavy rain, particularly for central states of India. And we still have these severe weather warnings for the amount of rain, particularly through eastern parts of Gujarat into Madhya Pradesh and then into Uttar Pradesh. These are the areas that we have the highest level of rain warning. That said, there's more rain to come down the western side of India into parts of Maharashtra, through Kerala and into Karnataka as we go through Monday. Further north across Central Asia, things are much quieter. We're starting to lose those showers across the eastern side of Kazakhstan. As we move down into Pakistan on Monday, a lot of dry weather with a lot of sunshine. And then the cloud starts to build, these blue and green colours indicating the extent of the rain. We're likely to see some flash flooding across central states of India and more heavy rain down the western side of India. Probably just about dry for the Maldives on Monday. Sri Lanka still looking quite wet, and some rain will be moving into Tamil Nadu as we go through the latter half of Monday and into Tuesday. Also heavy rain for Bangladesh and then across into Cambodia. So Mumbai looks pretty wet in the week ahead, may turn drier by the time we get to the weekend. Equally, Colombo, more heavy rain to come here. Dry with lots of sunshine in Tashkent. Chennai is likely to have a very wet week ahead. That's all from me. Bye-bye. Hello, we'll get the forecast for Australia and New Zealand in just a moment's time. First to the Asia Pacific. Let's begin with the earlier satellite picture. This large swathe of cloud. So we've got our seasonal rains at the moment. It's a little bit further north than we would normally expect, so it's much wetter across southern parts of Vietnam into Cambodia and Thailand, and much drier across Indonesia and Malaysia. Got quite a deep area of low pressure, bringing some strong winds and heavy rain to the eastern side of Honshu as we go through Monday. For much of Korea, it stays mainly dry, lots of sunshine. Keeping an eye on what's happening to the east of the Philippines, because this could develop into a tropical storm over the next few days. Certainly a lot of rain for the Philippines. As I mentioned, quite wet across southern parts of Vietnam into Cambodia, much of Thailand, largely dry through much of Indonesia and Malaysia. Here are the city forecasts for the next 5 days. Heavy thundery showers never too far away from Bangkok. Lots of sunshine in Seoul, but turning a little bit cooler by the end of the week. So high pressure is still the dominant feature across much of Australia, away from southeastern parts of the country. Here we've still got that cold front, some strong winds, wetter, cooler conditions, particularly windy across Tasmania as we go through Monday, and still very unsettled for the South Island of New Zealand. Heavy rain, mountain snow and strong winds. High pressure will be starting to take charge as we go through the week ahead. So whilst things won't be much warmer in Wellington, it will at least turn drier and quieter as the rain clears from Sydney. Things will start to warm up here too. Bye-bye.